Hey, this is my final project for Christian history, Thomas Aquinas to Augustine, and let's get started. So we are asked to either negate or support the following statement. The Catholic Church should have remained within the bounds of officially recognized religious expression because its pursuit of political power and its integration into educational, cultural, and social spheres during the High Middle Ages proved to denigrate the sincerity and impact of the Christian faith. I chose to negate the following. And this is my thesis statement, that while the Church's integration into education, culture, and society did not always yield moral or ethical results, to stifle the Church would be to stifle present and future livelihood. I picked these three topics to cover: popular medieval religion, church learning in universities, and Thomas Aquinas' bio. So let's start off with popular medieval religion. We looked over St. Gwynfrith as well as the popular remedies and concoctions that people turn to for healing. So, while we may look back at these and ridicule, laugh, wonder what was going through their heads when they thought that this would help, we also have to remember that while this wasn't a great solution, it was a solution. And this was giving hope, and it was giving an answer to an ailment and problems that people had, even as ridiculous as turning a dog into a saint was, and of course later that was refuted. But at the time, people needed something to look for, and in their knowledge of who God was and what the church told them, this was a solution. Oh, beautiful picture of St. Gwynfrith. And then we move on to church learning in universities. So the church was, of course, the primary force of establishing universities and institutions of higher learning. So this meant more progress and more knowledge gained. We looked over how many people didn't go for the full bachelor's degree, but went for 1 or 2 years to learn their trade and then went back into society. Society has benefited from higher literacy rates and the technological progresses that came with institutions of higher learning. And this was all promoted by the church. Beautiful medieval university, very proper, very posh. And then lastly, we can look at Thomas Aquinas' bio. Aquinas' bio demonstrates that while the church made many theological errors, effort was being put forth to serve and learn God. Again, for what people had at the time and what they were learning of the Lord, it almost set the foundations and the groundwork for what we know of today and what we believe of God today. And it was their work and their progress and their writings, even though some may sound absolutely ridiculous or we may not buy into them. It advanced theological thought and, what's the word? Where you defend your faith. I'm forgetting the word, but that word, apologetics. Yes, that's the word. Apologetics, because people were trying to learn and serve God, even if it wasn't perfect, and nobody's perfect. So, yeah, just another demonstration of how the church was pushing society forward. So, in conclusion, the Catholic Church's influence greatly impacted the practice of the Christian faith, both positively and negatively. So asking the Church to keep within her religious bounds would rewrite the narrative of history. Perhaps it is an assertion that will never have an answer, but regardless, the examples here demonstrate that the Church's work influenced the development of pillars of society. And that is my presentation.